Around 15 plus years ago, in an episode one could describe as a lucid dream state, I experienced a vividly visceral remembrance of Victorian velvet. It felt soft and warm against my skin. The fur-lined burgundy cloak encased the snug fit of a plush grey woolen dress. Crisp silken undergarments neatly wrapped themselves around the areas of my anatomy exposed to a frosty and biting fog. As I lay on the tracks of a forest road, I watched my blood seeping through these luxurious textiles, pooling about me into the dirt, and I felt my life leave my body. Recently, the image of that Brittonic forest resurfaced. Nothing to this moment had linked this imagery to the primary saga I'm currently telling. I had believed it to be a separate aspect within my stories, becoming visible across the ages. In this present visual, I experienced myself flying in the wind, riding a muscular stallion down that muddy highway. Before me, a regal ebony carriage was being drawn by a team of equally impressive horses, rushing forward with the same measure of urgency toward confrontation or escape. A powerful man deftly handled the potency of this locomotion thundering beneath him. With a sharp intake of breath, I engaged a fleeting presence. The depth of his characterization lengthened into a full stature in front of me, and I recognized him as the man I had loved. He was my king, the one from the story told in this chapter, and from whom I had been mercilessly wrenched. Something drew the carriage to a sharp halt, and amongst some scuffling and wrangling and shouting, a shot rang out. My heart exploded. In that moment, I relived the depth of how sad I was to once again have to leave this man I loved so deeply without saying goodbye. In that moment of realization, I allowed myself to feel the full grief of loss. Sorrows stuffed away in the furthest reaches of my soul welled up and came gushing up, releasing aeons of pain. A rent, or an uncomfortable ache one cannot seem to find a physical explanation for, on the left side of my heart that I'd been observing over the last 5 years, fully healed itself within a matter of minutes. There is no way to validate whether these accounts are true or not. It really doesn't matter. Somewhere in the depths of my psyche, I produced the capacity of vigor needed to unlock a measure of pain in my body for which there are no precise scientific proofs.